Do you think the hometown country has a bias toward them?
The 15-minute morning show podcast, still observing our summer hours, so it may be a 7-minute podcast or less. Who knows?
I can't wait to next season, and we're going to come up with some other excuse for our
we may extend
hours.
this through the autumn as well.
Yeah.
Danielle is here. There's Gandhi. There's Scary.
What up?
And there's Straight Nate. I see Garrett. And I think that's it. All right, let's talk about Olympics. We're all excited. We were just talking a few moments ago about how it's thrilling to see these backstories about these athletes and how they got to the Olympics, and you just, the story. It makes you just want to root for them. You want them to win,
Oh, yeah.
I'm loving it. How about you?
Oh my God, I'm loving their stories. Between Suni Lee and Simone Biles, I just want them to take home all of the medals because both of them have had incredible comeback stories and rebuilding periods over the past few years. For Suni Lee, even less than that. And I'm like, wow, they went through all of this and they come back and they are elite athletes just dominating the world. And then, of course, some people just got some shit to talk about, whatever, and it drives me nuts. But those women are incredible.
But look at Suni Lee. Her story is just one of many of these athletes that were going through this personal, physical, or whatever tragedy, sometimes emotional tragedy, and they were told that they should not or they will never, ever compete ever again. And she, screw you. Look at her now. Look at her. She's in there. She's doing it.
Her and even bars were amazing. And I just think, too, when it comes to the gymnastics side of things, how terrifying each one of those events are. And they just run them over and over and over every single day. Like, their level of mental fortitude is through the roof.
Oh,
I can't imagine.
And when something goes wrong, I feel awful because I'm like, oh my gosh, this is their whole life. And they just made a mistake and it's going to cost. And like, I cry because I feel for them. I can't even imagine what that must feel like for them.
I know. It looks devastating, but it's a part of it. What's that, Garrett?
I was thinking about it last night during gymnastics too, as like they're on the floor, they're watching, they look up and they see Snoop Dogg, they see Lady Gaga, they see Nick Jonas, they see Tom Cruise, all watching them. Versus the other way around. That has to be like a crazy moment on top of nerves alone.
I feel like they don't look up. That they're just so like in their zone.
Yeah, they're in their zone. I think they have to be in their zone.
In between matches during gymnastics where Snoop was actually in the stands and he was like doing a dance and the girls were actually watching him. And I'm like, oh my God, does this distract them and throw them off their game? Because now that they have it in their head when they're doing the uneven bars or balance beam, Snoop's right there. Snoop's right there.
Have you seen the swimmers in the pool? The pool has like 8 lanes, right?
Yep.
One lane, I think lane 6 or 7, it has a camera on the floor of the pool. Yeah. As soon as they dive in and start going, the camera stays with that particular swimmer in that aisle. And I don't know if it's always aimed at them. I'm sure it's aimed all the way across the pool. But if I got lane 7 with the stupid camera beneath me, I mean, no, I don't want that lane, dude. That's going to throw me off. You want to be in the camera.
Maybe they don't tell you. They don't tell you which lane has the camera.
Well, you see it. It's right there.
Well,
It's like, wouldn't they be distracting having a camera, a piece of equipment floating under, like on the track beneath you?
100% yes, Elvis. But here's the thing: the outside lanes, given anything could happen in a race, obviously, as we know. But the outside lanes are the ones that just qualified in. So everybody that is probably going for a gold are in those middle lanes, in lanes 3, 4, 5.
Oh,
so
wanted
to be next to each other,
or something like that. Or?
Yeah, pretty much. It's the less wave pool, the less waves you have coming into the middle. So the outside lanes, not to say that they don't care, they're more likely to win a medal. Now, can it happen? Of course it can, but that's why they put the cameras on the outside lanes.
Well, like last night, for instance, the guy, I think breaststroke from Italy, he was in he was lane 8. He was on the very end, and he just pounded the crap out of everyone. He was amazing.
Is that the guy that lost his wedding ring? Was that him?
I don't know.
There was also the French dude, swimmer, and he just mowed past everybody. I was like, this guy's like on hyperspeed.
He was a fan of Michael.
He's the superstar.
Yeah, he was a fan of Michael Phelps. So about 4 years ago, he found out where Michael Phelps went to school in Arizona, wrote the coach of Arizona and said, I would love to come swim for you. And sure enough, he did, and turned into a better swimmer than Michael Phelps ever was, and he's probably going to crush it. He already crushed every single record Michael Phelps even held. But the one story I love, though, from swimming is the 31-year-old. He never won a medal until last last night. He won every single, world championship, but never a medal. And last night, I think he got silver.
Yeah, and he was within an 1/800th of a second.
Right.
Wow.
He's the guy from Morristown, or Mendham, up the street, and he's also he works full time too. And
Finance, yeah.
Yeah, I mean he's the stories are great.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
I love it. It's amazing. The Olympics are the best.
I got a question though. I listen. A lot of sports, it's a clear cut and dry thing. It's timed. Yeah, it's clear: gold, silver, and bronze. But there are some, like gymnastics, which are a bit subjective, and there are a lot of sports like that. Do you think the hometown country has a bias toward them? Because if you look at the medal count right now, France is right behind the United States with total medals. And I'm wondering,
like that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like the home country usually ends up doing
Doing
better for
much
whatever
better.
reason. I don't.
in the sports where
energy of the
there's
crowd.
subjectivity and there could be a bias.
Well, I
toward
thought
that
the
country.
judges are from all around the world.
They
I'll tell you
are.
that.
They
I
are.
don't think gymnastics is subjective at all. They have very technical judging based on moves. They just have different. It used to just be out of 10. Now there are different levels of difficulty, but I don't think it's subjective. I
Okay.
think it's very much objective.
Technical.
I love
Yeah.
the arrows that they're using in gymnastics too to judge, because outside of the points, I didn't know like how you lose a point. So when you see green, it's like, oh, they did good. You see yellow, they're like, okay, and then red is like below average.
Yeah.
So it's like I finally understand scoring in gymnastics.
I still don't understand that part of it, but it is amazing to watch that.
It's
I
so
love it so
Another
much.
great thing about the Olympics is you get to see all these sports play that you don't really see a lot here in the States. I mean,
Hell yeah.
the rugby is interesting to me. I'm like, what the hell are they doing out there? But you see all these, and now we have breakdancing coming up.
Right.
Not for
That's
a while,
going to be
but
so cool.
I'm so excited to see how that rolls through and how they judge that.
I
you
want to
know?
watch the surfing because they had to do the surf competition in, I think, French Polynesia.
Tahiti.
They're in Tahiti.
Yeah, somewhere way out there because
Right.
there's obviously no waves on the Seine.
No, you don't want those. Colin Jost is out there. He's doing a great
Yeah.
job.
So cool.
I
Reporting.
love that they have all these celebrities getting involved because I feel like it makes it a little bit more interesting. Like Kelly Clarkson was doing commentating during the opening ceremonies. That was so cool to see. I'm like, this is so awesome.
So to Skiri's question, why does the host country, usually do better? There's a couple of reasons. Qualification standards are easier for the host nation. Don't know about that. So for most sports, they are guaranteed at least one spot. The second is it's much cheaper for the host nation to send athletes because they don't need to travel. So they can afford to send more athletes than they normally do and therefore get more medals as a result.
Oh.
Plus,
Yeah.
Okay.
they
Yeah,
end up
because-
doing better because they're on the same time zone. There's no jet lag.
Oh.
So they've been acclimated to the area. So I
Well,
guess
the
it all
energy
makes
in the
sense.
stadium as well. I mean,
Yeah.
you have your homies.
Locals, yeah.
Well,
And you have to
we're
look
talk-
at how many people are competing. Like you look at them when they were all floating down the river. There's these small little 3 athletes. That's all they have, and then you have like a bigger place like France, which has how many people competing? Hundreds, right? Mm-hmm. So
Right.
it's different.
They had the bigger bateau floating down the sand. But you were talking about the French swimmer who's killing it.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was doing the breaststroke, so they would go under. He'd come underwater, come up above the water, and down. So every time he came above the water, the entire stadium would go, "Whoa!" And he'd be underwater. They'd be quiet. And he'd come back up. And go, "Whoa!" He heard that. And he talked later about how he was hearing that, and it just kind of made him go faster. I guess.
Wow.
I don't know.
That's
It's
so cool.
Well, we'll be watching again today. If only.
What about Tom DeLay?
Oh, when he was knitting,
Oh,
Tom Daly.
yeah, Tom Daly, him and his husband too. I mean, talk about like a hot couple that are Olympic medalists right there, and they're just sitting there knitting.
It's relaxing though, right? Like I can only imagine how nervous I would be before doing something, right? And it's like, all right.
But the dangerous
Go hit my
sport,
station.
water polo.
Well, how's that?
You can. By the way, NBC was showing so much crotch grabbing yesterday morning. And like they stood on it longer than I would have expected. But I mean, you're drowning your opponent, you're grabbing your opponent under the water, and you have to stay afloat. Like,
Oh.
Wow.
I think the craziest thing is that there are not more wardrobe malfunctions than there are, especially
Oh,
with like
yeah.
gymnastics. And I know
Forget
that they
it.
wear things to like keep body parts in, but for the love of God.
Well, I
Beach
wish those
volleyball?
swimmers would lose those trunks from time to time.
Exactly.
beach volleyball. Why are we wearing clothes?
You know what? If we have all those swimming pools, why don't we have Olympic Marco Polo? That would be fun.
Ooh, that would be
that would
great.
be different. Yeah.
Come on.
We should all wear
Anyway.
Speedos to your pool party, Elvis.
Why not? I'm suggesting. Are we done? Are we good?
Yeah.
Yep.
How long did we go? Do we know?
Hold on, I'll tell you. What does Vox Pro say?
What does Vox Pro say?
Oh, 10 minutes. 50
Wow.
Oh my God, we're running late.
They owe us now.
Wow.
We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Look what the Olympics do to us.